Okay, I think I've found a breaking point as a couple more people are joining us. For everyone who is currently here, welcome. My name is Latrice Preston. I am the strategic business partner for iCuba. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have speaker Sophie Hayes, who is joining us from Virta. I will allow her to introduce like her title and all of that, but we just wanted to welcome you here, let her do a very informative webinar on what we have coming up with regard to the Virta program. And we thank you all so much for joining us. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Sophie. Welcome, Sophie.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Latrice, and thank you everyone for joining. As mentioned, my name is Sophie Hayes, and I'm a Client Success Manager here at Virta Health, and we'll be working with the iCuba team. So for our plan for today, we're going to do a brief Virta program overview, and you might be familiar with Virta Health as we are the Type 2 reversal program that is live right now for iCuba. However, starting in just a few days on April 1st, we will be expanding our services to offer sustainable weight loss as well. So we are very grateful for our partnership with iCuba for the opportunity to serve more folks. And so we'll briefly touch on the diabetes reversal component of the programs, which you likely already know about. That is currently live. So if you are looking to get care for type 2 diabetes, you can go ahead and get started with the application and get onboarded to Virta right away. And then sustainable weight loss, that is going to be launching on April 1st. So we'll go through that and do a more deeper dive into the sustainable weight loss program that is opening. And then that will be available to all members and dependents starting in just a few days on April 1st. Awesome. So let's dive in. Virta Health, we are a virtual clinic for diabetes, prediabetes, and sustainable weight loss. So we help our members reverse these conditions through our nutrition therapy that's delivered virtually by our medical group. But really, more broadly, Virta is the belief that with the right knowledge on what to eat, guidance on how to adapt your lifestyle, and continuous personalized support where you need it, you can really take back your life. Our health coaches and medical team are there to help you naturally manage your blood sugar and enjoy better health so our members can get back to doing what they love. And so we'll dive into a little bit more of the member experience, but I know we've already helped hundreds of iCuba members going through, so we're really excited to expand that impact. And so always like to call out here at Virta, our main mission is to really address the root cause of chronic metabolic disorders. So oftentimes that root cause is poor nutrition that can cause a damaged metabolism. And then we're also going to spend a good amount of time today talking about GLP-1s as well and responsible medication management. But I do want to note that throughout all of our programs, addressing this root cause is our main goal. So we want to help our members use food as medicine so they can heal their metabolism and achieve their weight loss and health goals in a sustainable and lasting way. And so this central approach to reversal is what we've had since launching our program. And so we have always been focused on addressing that root cause and really utilizing food as medicine. That is the same approach that we have for our type 2 diabetes reversal program. And we're really excited to extend program access for anyone who might be pre-diabetic or looking to lose weight. And so we do this by combining our personalized nutrition therapy along with our telehealth model. But zooming in a little bit further, we also have some core principles. So whenever I say personalized nutrition therapy, what does that really mean? That means you're going to have access to a Virta health coach and care team who's going to help you understand and learn more about your unique metabolism and how carbs digest in your body. And so we really focused our personalized nutrition therapy on something that is sustainable for our members. So no matter what culinary preferences you may have, we can find something that works. And we go off of these 5 core principles listed here. So the first one is that we want our members to be eating real food. We're not recommending any diet shakes, things like that, eating protein bars only. We want you to be eating foods that normalize your blood sugar and also nourish your body. And most importantly, foods that you enjoy too. So with that, we're not going to ask you to cut out any fat. Fat is actually your friend. So in our personalized nutrition therapy approach, we do ask our members to start to lower their carbohydrate intake, so things like bread and highly processed food. But we don't necessarily ask for folks to completely eliminate any fats. That means you can still have your bacon and butter, things like that, and we'll really work with you on one-on-one to see what works best. But the reason behind this is because we often find that when folks come in and they start to lower their carbohydrate intake, they can really start to use fat as fuel for their main primary source of energy. And with that as well, we also, of course, want food to be nourishing. So we'll ask folks to add in plants and moderate protein too. So getting carbs still from things that are high in fiber, such as green vegetables, leveraging and eating those foods instead of really focusing on rice and grains. And then these last two principles, I think are the most important, but we really want our members to come in and get to know your body. So we'll talk through this more, but whenever you come in, you'll get a Virta Health Welcome Kit where you'll be able to log biomarkers such as blood glucose and ketones. And so with this information, you'll actually be getting real-time data on how the certain foods that you're eating are impacting your health and your blood sugar. And so we want to help you understand your own unique biochemistry, your own metabolism, to see how, when you eat certain foods, how that does impact your body and your health goals. And then most importantly, we want to make sure that any changes that we make to our lifestyle are sustainable. So, we want to help and we'll work with each member individually based on dietary preferences, things that are going on in life, budget preferences, things like that. We want to make sure that if we are implementing these lifestyle changes, they are sustainable for the long run. And so putting those principles into photo, I always just like to share this. This is an example of what a Virta plate looks like. So as you can see, we of course still want folks to follow the four main elements that include moderate protein, non-starchy vegetables, added fats as well, and then of course salts and spices. Always want things to be flavorful as well. So at every meal, if you come into Virta, you are on our nutrition therapy. We teach and help members learn how to aim for a combination of these four elements, and we'll walk through that member experience shortly as well. Awesome. So with that, we'll go ahead and dive into the member experience and also talk to you a little bit about the different pathways that are available in the new program launching. So when it comes to getting started, folks will come in. So I know we have an IQVIA landing page already live where you can go in and start the application process. That right now is live for folks in our type 2 diabetes, for those who want to get involved and enrolled in type 2 diabetes. And then we'll also have a landing page that is available to join the waitlist and is live for folks who are interested in sustainable weight loss. I'll share those two URLs out at the end of the presentation, but starting April 1st, it will be the same landing page too. So if you're unsure, starting April 1st, you can go to our one dedicated spot. But if you are interested in getting started with Virta, you can go to that landing page and start to fill out our clinical intake form. This is very similar to what you typically get at a doctor's office, where we'll gather a little bit more information about your current health history, medications, things like that. And so from there, that will be reviewed by a Virta care team member. And we will also do a clinical intake call just to talk about your health goals and make sure Virta is the best fit. And so at this time, that's really where a concierge process really starts, to where you'll start to meet the members of your clinical team and your health coaches. And so once we align on our approach of care, we will get you started and we will send you the Virta Health Welcome Kit straight to your door. That includes everything that you need to be successful. And from that point, you will also have access to the Virta Health app, which is available in any app store and Google Play. So this app is where you're going to mainly be doing all the communications with your coach and care team. And during this time too, our coaches and providers will help design a care plan that works for you. So this is where we really dive into that personalized nutrition support. And we also provide behavioral support and health support to make sure you have everything that you need to be successful. So anything coming up, if you're going to a wedding, let's say you're not sure if there's Virta-friendly options on the menu, you could take a photo of that menu and send it to their health coach, and they'll help you align on some Virta-friendly options or how to make Virta-friendly options in any restaurant. So that is just one quick way of how they're there to support. And then within the Virta Health app too, there's a handful of different resources that they can help you with, such as grocery store guides, fast food restaurant guides, things like that, to really make sure you feel supported while making these lifestyle changes. And then we also have a handful of education curriculum within the app too. So that's where you can really go in and learn about the changes that you're making, the science behind the Virta approach. So you feel very equipped with the updates you are doing. And then, so once you go in, we'll get that personalized plan created for you. And then throughout the time with Virta as well, we will have you log your biomarkers. So depending on what program you are in, that could be blood glucose and ketones, as well as weight. So we do ask to log those biomarkers, and that is where you can get that real-time feedback of how these nutrition changes are impacting your health. And this is something too where your Virta clinical team and health coach, they're actively going to be monitoring these biomarkers as well. So, if any side effects, conditions, things like that come up, they're there to easily assist you. And then also too, if you are on any medication, so if you're type 2 and you're on any type 2 diabetes medication, or if you are on in sustainable weight loss and you might be on a GLP-1 such as Zepbound or Wegovy, our providers are there to help manage those medications. And if there's any dosage changes, things like that, they will help assist with that too and make sure you are getting the medications that you need.
Sophie, I do have a question.
Yeah.
When you were going over the plate or the reference with regard to the plate, I did get a question that says, this sounds like keto, which is not great for heart health. If someone has cardiac issues, is this really a viable weight loss plan?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I also always love the call out to keto too. So Virta is not technically keto. So we do lead with lower carbohydrate diets, as that has been cited by the American Diabetes Association and their standard of care. However, we are not asking or requiring members to fully follow a strict keto diet or go into ketosis. So a lot of our members that come in, they may never get into ketosis. What we're really looking to do is rather help members find their personalized carbohydrate tolerance and find something that works for them. And so that's one of the things, for heart health, if there is someone who might be hypertensive, we do have our full provider team there. So they will be helping you with these nutrition changes and making sure that it is in a way that is safe and healthy. So I always like to call out that Virta is not a keto diet. We are more of a lifestyle management and change, and we're not requiring any members to go fully into ketosis or follow a strict keto diet. Rather, we want to help kind of find that personalized carbohydrate tolerance. Because if you think about it, a lot of folks who could be diabetic or pre-diabetic, that means they don't really digest carbs in the same way as someone who is not. So you could consider them carbohydrate intolerant. So thinking about it in that lens, if someone is lactose intolerant, we want to make sure we're not giving them milk all the time too. So we'll work with you in your own personal health goals. You will have a Virta medical provider to ensure safety.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Great question. Sorry. Long-winded answer. I think you can tell I'm probably pretty passionate about this. But awesome. And please feel free to keep the questions coming to you at any time. Awesome. And so looking in, I always like to share this slide just so you can see the Virta Health Starter Kit. So this is a photo of it. It includes a digital body weight scale. It also includes some supplement samples for you to have and easy and tasty recipes. And then that is also where you'll have your Bluetooth connected glucose and ketone meter and also get a food scale. So whenever you join Virta, we want to make sure things are convenient. So we'll get this sent straight to your door. This also includes testing strips, and if you ever need more testing strips, we'll automatically fill that up. And then for the blood glucose and ketone meter, as well as the weight scale, those are all also Bluetooth connected. So once you get into Virta and you start logging these biomarkers, that data will automatically go up into the Virta Health app.
Have a good evening.
So you don't have to spend time logging that information. Awesome. And one additional thing too, so I always like to call it as well that whenever you first start to meet with a Virta clinician and during your clinical intake call, we want to provide all of the care options available within Virta, which I'll walk through. But whenever you come in, we'll align on your health goals. So that means if you do come into Virta, you are on a GLP-1 for weight loss, or if you're looking to get one, we'll let you know about our nutrition therapy approach. And then we'll also help walk through the different care options available. So I always just like to say we want to deliver a concierge experience where we give you all of the information and are easily accessible right in the Virta Health app. And so looking into that a little bit deeper, so for our sustainable weight loss program, there are a few different clinical pathways that are available for members. So if folks who are just looking to lose weight, or maybe if you are pre-diabetic and you want to stop the progression to type 2 diabetes, you can come in and enroll in our nutrition therapy approach. So this is for any member who is just looking to do the personalized nutrition therapy approach, use food as medicine, and get started on the Virta treatment right away. So if you're not on any medications, we'll get you routed straight into this program. And in this program is where we typically see members lose well over 5% of their body weight and sustain it for months as well. So we want to make sure we really have those sustainable lifestyle choices where you can lose weight using the Virta, our personalized nutrition therapy, as well as sustain it. And then we also have 2 additional pathways too. So if you happen to be on a GLP-1 drug as well, but you are very interested in also Virta's nutrition therapy approach, you can get into our nutrition therapy with the GLP-1 prescription off-ramp. So what that means is that this includes that personalized nutrition therapy plan, health coaching, and a Virta care provider to help make those behavioral changes and track your progress and biomarkers. And so this is where we can really help be that off-ramp. And then your Virta provider will also be actively managing your GLP-1 drug and prescription. So they will be the ones who will come in and start to prescribe it and then help titrate the dosages and make any changes as well. And then last but not least, if you are currently on a GLP-1 or seeking one, but you may not be quite ready to make any of these behavioral health changes, or you've seen success so far and just kind of want to keep going, you can enroll in our lifestyle and medication management pathway, this one down here at the bottom. So that includes support for making modest lifestyle changes according to the FDA guidelines on GLP-1s. We will also send you the Virta welcome kit, so you'll be tracking your weight and, of course, learning and have access to all the resources within the Virta health app. So there's resources on food guides, things like that, what to eat, and you'll have access to your Virta care team members as well who are dedicated to you that will help manage that drug medication too. And so Virta, we aim, our goal, as I mentioned, it was addressing the root cause, and we also want to help get folks off of their medication as well. As you know, most folks don't want to be on a medication for life. So we will help actively deprescribe, if you are on a GLP-1, this medication when safe and appropriate. And the goal too is not just to get you off right away. we want to make sure that this is done in a safe and sustainable way. So if you are on a drug and you have lost weight, we want to make sure that you can maintain that weight loss as well. Awesome. And so when thinking about Virta, all of the pathways, no matter if it's type 2 diabetes reversal or those sustainable weight loss pathways we just talked about, when it comes to thinking about how Virta works, it really comes down to these three main pillars, and it's supporting you where you need it the most. So we want to make sure that you have a full expert medical care team available right at your fingertips in the Virta Health app. So if you're experiencing any side effects, things like that, they are there and available for you. And then you'll also have your health coach who will help create a personalized nutrition therapy plan that is sustainable. We do also recognize, I know, the question about keto, that can be a little scary at first to think about fully eliminating all carbs, things like that. And so I always like to call out that you don't have to come in and be ready right away to never eat a potato chip again in your life or something like that. We have members who come in and they're really ready to start lowering their carbohydrate intake pretty intensely right away, which we will certainly help with. But then we also have some members who come in and start to make baby steps to make these changes. So, maybe instead of having 3 Coca-Colas a day, we could start by once or twice a week or a couple times a week, switching that down to one and seeing how that impacts your biomarkers and how you feel throughout the day. So that is really where that personalized nutrition therapy comes in. It's not a standard set kind of cookie cutter where everyone gets the same plan. It's where you'll have a full health coach who's going to talk to you about your goals, your current habits right now, and see what are the changes that you can make to really make sure you reach your weight loss goals and your health goals in a sustainable way. And so these elements are all partnered together with the member in mind, of course, and a continuous health feedback loop to where you have access to see your care plan, everything within the Virta Health app. You're logging your biomarkers so you can see how these changes impact your health in real time.
Hey, Sophie, I have another question. It says, how does working with the Virta medical experts coordinate with your own primary care physician?
Great question. Yes. So whenever you join Virta, we will ask for your PCP's contact information, and we are available to fax care updates. We'll do that as soon as you start Virta. If we make any changes to medications, things like that, we want to make sure we're faxing any of these care updates to your primary care physician. If there is want to do a specific consult call too, we can certainly join that. But you can really think of Virta as a metabolic health specialist. So we are not here to replace your primary care physician in any way. Rather, we are a specialist that can help you lose weight as well as reverse your type 2 diabetes. So if you're working with any other provider, such as an endocrinologist, please feel free to put their contact information in the app and give it to us whenever you do start, and we'll make sure to fax those care updates so that they stay in the loop with any changes we are making to your care plan.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
don't think I have another one at this point. Thanks, Sophie.
Of course. Okay. Thanks for the questions too. Keep them coming. And so this is diving in a little bit more too into that expert medical care piece of how Virta works. Specifically too in the context of these weight loss drugs such as GLP-1s, like Zepbound or Wegovy. We work to safely manage these medications, adjusting dosages, and also reviewing side effects to really wrap around an approach that is very different from, sometimes when you go to see your primary care physician, you see them once every 6 to 12 months. And if side effects are going wrong, things like that, you can give them a call, but sometimes you don't have that one-on-one interaction. And so that's one reason why Cuba did partner with Virta, is so that you can have access to this expert medical care and a care team to really get assistance with any kind of side effects if you are on these drugs, as well as just overall make sure and help you reach your health goals.
Okay, I have a couple of more for you. One says, does Virta include GERD care, GERD? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, we don't have like necessarily a specific program for GERD or anything like that. However, we have found that with I'm going to go back up here to the slide. We do have clinical research, so I will just say that our approach, whenever folks come in, we can help a handful of different coexisting conditions. So inflammation, similar to GERD, we do have research showing that our approach does help folks reduce their inflammation as well as hypertension, MSK pain, and so on. So we do have studies showing that we can help improvements in these fields for the members that come into our program, but we don't have a specific set program focused on that.
Great. And this one is, if you just want to lose weight, healthier lifestyle, but are not pre-diabetic or on any meds, is this program for you?
Yes, that is a great question. Yes, so the program still is for you, and we can help you get enrolled into that nutrition therapy pathway. So then that way too, we can make sure to help you reach your goals in a sustainable way. So that's one thing. IQVIA has partnered with us for folks who may not want to be on the drug or want to stop the prevention to type 2 diabetes. We want to make sure we can help you in all way possible.
Good deal. Those are the only two I have at this point. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Perfect. And so just a few minutes or a couple of wrap-ups left. So did just want to share too, as you know, we've been partnered with IQVIA, and we have seen great success with the members who are already in the type 2 diabetes program. So I did just want to share this quote that we have from a member that stated, I am 25 years diabetic. Thanks to Virta, the Virta program, I'm off 3 medications, including insulin. My A1C is at 5.8, down from near 7, and I'm also down 50 pounds and hope to lose more. So this is just one of many quotes and success stories we've had throughout our partnership. So we're really grateful to be able to open up that access for folks to continue to enroll and get access to Virta. And so here we have the eligibility criteria. So for members, you do have to be enrolled in an IQVIA-sponsored medical plan, and Virta is available to all employees, spouses, and adult dependents over the age of 18. So those who are medically enrolled will have access. And then it is available for folks who have type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or meet a certain BMI requirement. So that is all set. And then one of the 2 other things that we want to call out as well, Virta right now is available in English and Spanish. And then we do require folks to have access to a smartphone. That means you can still log in and fill out the clinical intake form online. However, since we are sending out the Bluetooth connected devices, we do ask for members to have access to a smartphone, and that is really just due to safety, because if we're making any changes to your medications, our care team wants to make sure they can reach you in a timely manner.
Okay. Here's one. Does Virta support whole foods plant-based diet?
Yes, that is a great question. So we can support any different type of dietary or dietary preferences. So if it's whole foods, plant-based, vegan, pescatarian, things like that, if you have any religious or religious preferences or requirements, things like that, we can certainly help fit into your lifestyle and goals. So we have a handful of members that are vegan, things like that. We will certainly help work with you to find an approach that will fit your lifestyle the best.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, awesome. And so on here too, we'll just call out on this QR code on here on the right or on the left side, this will take you to our landing page that is currently open for the type 2 diabetes program. So if you have type 2 diabetes and you're interested in getting started, you can go ahead and scan that QR code and get started right away. And then for our sustainable weight loss program, that's going to be this URL down here at the bottom and then this QR code. So this is what opens up April 1st. Feel free, you can go ahead and scan it and get started and get put on the wait list, and then we'll get you enrolled and set up as soon as we launch the program on April 1st.
Great.
Awesome. And so that is what I had for the team today. This is just an overview too of the landing page for you to go in and get started, but I'll switch back to this one so we have both QR codes available. And would love to open it up for any additional questions.
All right, so if there are any additional questions, feel free to speak up, or you are able to put it in the chat. We will take either one. Give you these last few minutes to ask any questions that you may have. This says, does your spouse have to be on the member of the health insurance plan as well?
Yes, so they do have to be medically enrolled on your health plan.
Okay. Do we get Personify awards for attending this live session? Yes, I believe so.
Awesome. And then we'll just call out too, if you are, on the fence, I know it says meet BMI requirements. Generally it's a BMI of 25 or above, but if you aren't sure, please feel free to go ahead and apply, and then we can help get you routed to the appropriate program for you.
Okay. How often are you in contact with your health coach?
Yes, so that is up to you a little bit. We can go based off of your own communication preferences. However, especially within the first few weeks of getting started, we know majority of our members are in contact with their health coach multiple times a week. Often it's every day or every other day at the beginning. And then depending on the resources that you need and your preferences, that can change too. So if you're someone who wants to jump on a call, they'll certainly jump on a call with you. Or if you prefer just for, some weekly updates sent in the app, they will certainly work with you based on your communication preference, but they will be available in the Virta app in regular hours throughout the day. And then we also have weekend coverage too. So you're not alone on the weekends as well if you have any questions.
Great. I'm interested in the GLP medication. Is this program a prerequisite for coverage under Blue Cross Blue Shield? That answer is, if it is for weight loss, the answer is yes. But if you you have type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes, or I'm sorry, type 2 diabetes, and you do need the medication, you do not have to go through Virta in order to get it. It says, if I'm wanting to lose 5 pounds of postmenopausal weight, but don't have a high BMI, then I might not be eligible for Virta. That is correct, right?
Yep, that is correct. That's something to, if you want to just call in as well. I know everyone's health is kind of different. You can still apply, and then our coaches and enrollment intake advisors can help and see if it would be an appropriate plan for you or not. But typically no, if you do not meet the BMI requirements, you will not be able to get started.
And what should we select from employer? There's no option for Nova Southeastern University. Is that for the type 2 diabetes program? Or the sustainable weight loss? The weight loss. It is missing Nova Southeastern University. Let me see if my IT is here. That wouldn't be on Sophie's.
It would be the Independent Colleges and Universities Benefits Association.
Got it.
Not by employer.
Yes.
Thank you, Josh.
Welcome.
Okay. At this point, I don't see any additional questions. So it is currently 2:04. I do want to thank everyone who did join us for joining. We appreciate you coming in and listening and giving us some of your questions. And we really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Sophie.
Thank you all. I appreciate the time and questions.
Thank you.